Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my theory tuition series where we're working through each of the ABRSM theory grades. I've loads of resources available to help you on my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets. You can download those in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. There's also a page with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also access information about the books I have available. I've written How to Take Your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's an exam technique guide and it's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to best make use of the time when you're in that exam room. So if you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there for you. If you can give me a like, that'd be really great, and subscribe to my channel to keep updated. And so now we're going to carry on and we're going to complete section D, this whole section on transposition. It's quite a hefty section, so turn with me to page 22 and we're going to be looking at exercise 11. And you may also want to turn in your PDF document to section D, which just gives you a few little reminders of the things that we've been talking about. And you may also want to have section C to hand, so you've got easy access to those key signatures. You need to be quite flexible with your knowledge of key signatures. Or you can just write out your circle of fifths for yourself. I would do this every time. I would do this at the start of the exam as well, and then you've done all of your thinking in one go and you haven't got to keep scratching your brain, and your brain's therefore free to think about the question in hand. So we've had a good old crack at this topic of transposition, and the principle remains the same, but they just keep adding little bits and bobs to sort of include in our thinking. And we just need to watch which way we're transposing and adjusting the key signatures accordingly. However, in exercise 11, we're asked to transpose the extracts up a perfect fifth so that they sound at concert pitch when they're played. Now here, we're asked not to use a key signature, but to use accidentals. The reason for that is it's kind of standard practice in orchestral music for horns in F not to have a key signature. If a horn is in a brass band or a concert band, they have a key signature, but in an orchestral score they do not. I'm not really sure why that is. And so we need to just sort of extend our thinking to include this last section. Of course, we're going to have to bear in mind what key signature it would be, but rather than adding it as a key signature, we then use that as accidentals. And so here we can see that we're in the key of E flat major. If we transposed up a perfect fifth, we've gone into the key of B flat major, which has B flats and E flats, and we need to bear that in mind as we go along. So you could just put the note heads in, the blobs in, and then deal with that afterwards, or you can deal with it as you go along, and it just means you just got to take it a step at a time. So they've started us off, and so we can continue with this up a perfect fifth. So we go next door up to F, A, C. Now we're going B, D, F all the way up to F. 1 through a fourth, that's correct from the previous note. Down a third to G, B, D, that's correct. So just keep double checking your thinking. Up a step, back down, down a step, down a step, back we go. Back, let's double check F, A, C, that's correct. C, E, G, and then D, because we've gone down 1, 3, 4th, 1, 3, 4th, which is G, B, D transposed up a fifth, that's correct. There we go. So not too much extra thinking there. Let's now just complete all these extra bits and bobs. So the stems can go either way there, so I'll stay stems down. Oops. Maybe use a ruler, take your time. That's that. So we've got piano. We need to just extend that phrase. There's another slur mark. Mezzo, forte, crescendo. There we go. Okay, let's have a go at the next one. And so let's follow this through in step. So here we're in the key of A major. And so to go upper perfect fifth, to transpose that upper perfect fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 takes us to E major. Now we don't need the key signature, but we need to bear in mind what that key signature will be. And so we need to remember we're going to have F, C, G, D sharps. That's our E major key signature. And so now let's just map out our bar lines. Got enough to think about without worrying about losing where we are or running out of space. So I'm just going to keep everything nicely aligned. Of course we're going to need the treble clef, because if we're going higher we don't want to be in another clef with lots of ledger lines. So we don't need a key signature, but we just need to keep bearing this in mind. So let's just, there's no accidentals to worry about in this first line. So let's just get the note heads in. Let's just do the easy bit first. So upper fifth takes us to C, E, G. And then down in step. Back down to C, because we're going F, A, C, third, B, D, F, that's correct, double dot that, C, E, G, we're back to where we started, down a step, however here it changes, C, E, G, almost the same, until we get to here, F, A, C. Okay, and so now we need to bear in mind our key signature, so we're looking for any F sharps. We need it again because the bar line cancels the accidental. We need to reapply that so that there are F sharps. C sharps now we're looking for. So let's get all of those. You can do this in any order that you like. We only need to apply it once here because it carries for the rest of the bar. Now we want G sharps. No need for that again, it's still in the same bar line, and D sharps. So we've done the work of the key signature now. There we go. So we might as well do the stems now. It's up to you what order you do this in. Whatever feels logical to you. Just think it's easy to get this first half out of the way. I suppose it depends on what mood you're in, as long as you take things a step at a time and be careful not to miss out any part. Okay, so I'll leave the dynamics till the end, and so now we're on to this next line. So let's get our pitch 1, 3, 5, 5. Just alternating notes here for a bit. That's nice and easy. F, A, C. Tie that up a step. Tie that. Oops, now we've got to think here. Now that would be an F sharp because of our key signature. However, it's been lowered. Here we have the original, a natural lowered by a flat, so that would be an F sharp that needs to be lowered by a natural sign. Now in actual fact, you don't really need that natural sign because we've got no key signature to cancel, so you could sort of show the natural in a sense by not including anything at all, but I'm going to put a natural sign there just to show that I know that it should have been a sharp. You could even put it in brackets if you wanted to and work it that way, just to show that you know what process you've gone through. Now here, this is a G. It would be a G sharp because of the key signature, but we've got a natural sign here. We need to cancel that. That was a C sharp cancelled by a natural. This is a G sharp cancelled by a natural. In actual fact, there's no G sharp because we've not got a key signature, so in reality there's no need to cancel that. However, I'm going to show that natural sign just to show that I know that that's what I've done. Oh, wrong line. Now however, here this is tied, and so that natural sign still carries on. There's not the need for a new one in this extract, nor is there here in the transposed version. So there we go. Okay, so just some note stems to go on now. We've done all of the thinking. There we go. Slurs. That's ties, that's okay. Then we've got a few quite involved dynamic markings here. Would be very effective on a brass instrument, that would. There we go, and that's job done. So if you haven't done so already, have a go at this last one on your own. However, I will just point out to you that you're going to have, it will feel like you're doing two exercises because you've got one key here that we need to transpose, bearing in mind what the key signature would have been and using it as accidentals. And then notice here we've got a key change, so we're going to have to do the whole process again. So although the notes are still going up a fifth, we've changed key in the original, so we're going to have to change key in the transpose version as well. So I will leave you to have a go at that on your own, and then when you're ready, re-access into the video and then we'll check through it together. So I'm hoping you've had a go of that now. So I'm just going to get this mapped out and ready. Then that should keep, I'm copying the wrong one, keep my brain free for what we need to be concentrating on. Get a bit boggled with all these lines, don't you? This is why I do it in stages, so you haven't got to worry about everything. So now my brain's free to concentrate on what I need to for the question. So our first extract here is in C major. So if we go up a fifth, we're going up to G, C, D, E, F, G. And so we're going to have to bear in mind that we would have a key signature of F sharp. So let's just do that bit first of all. So we don't need a key signature, but we need to bear that in mind. So let's transpose up a fifth. That takes us to A, to the E, G, B, D, G, B, D to E, there we go, D, F, A, we'll worry about those accidentals in a moment, next door note, A, C, E. So we need to bear in mind, first of all, a key signature of F sharps. So I'm going to just glance through and see if there's any Fs to sharp, just that one there. So now we've got these accidentals. So at the moment that's a D natural raised by a sharp. This is an A natural, so that will raise by a sharp. This was an E natural raised by a sharp. This is a B natural that we need to raise, so we'll do that with a sharp. And then here that's an A sharp because it was an A natural raised, so an E natural raised will also require a sharp. So that's that bit done. So I'm just going to complete this little bit whilst I'm at it in terms of stems and so on. Don't forget the dot there. Okay, so now we've got a new key signature to think about. So there won't be actually a key signature here because we've been asked not to add a key signature. So I'm just going to extend that bar line because there's nothing going on there because we've been asked not to put a key signature. So that space is now vacant. But now we need to follow the thought processes just as if there was. So here we're in the key of B major. And if we count up a perfect fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4, that takes us to F sharp major. So F sharp major would have a key signature of F, C, G, D, A and E sharps. So we're going to have to bear that in mind. However, it's not going to be quite as tricky as we thought because if you glance through, there's no accidentals. So once we've copied the notes in, we've just got to apply the key signature as accidentals, but there's no more adjustments. So that is really plain sailing. So let's get the notes in. So we'll be on F, A, C, that's a fifth up, C, D, F, F. So up a fifth takes us to C. Next door note, that takes us to G. Next door note, that takes us to F. Next door, that takes us to B, F, next door, and then F, A, C, that's our fifth. So there we go. Now we just need to bear in mind what this key signature is going to be doing. So are there any F sharps? And don't forget the other octave as well. We still need that there. Remember, an accidental only applies to that particular pitch. So if it's an octave higher, we need to also add another accidental. So now we need C sharps. I'm just doing this order. You can do this as any order you like. We need both octaves accounted for. There we go. Now we're looking for G sharps. There's one. There's another. And then we still need one in this higher octave as well. Any D sharps. Same again because it's cancelled by the bar line, so we need to do that again. No more D's. A sharps. Here's an A sharp. That's that. And are there any E sharps? No, there aren't. So that would be in the key signature, but there's nothing here for us to apply that to. Oh, I've missed a D sharp here. There we go. Just check this through. Got the top D but missed the bottom D. That's it then. So that's the end of that one. So we've only actually got one note that's unaffected. There we go. Well, that's a busy one. Okie dokie. Well, that's the end of that section. That's the end of transposition. I hope that you've become conversant with that. Just takes a little bit of thinking about. I'm just going to quickly add in the stems. So it's a faithful representation, but we've done all the thinking now. We need a forte, and we need a triplet, and we can pop some in here as well. and just some phrasing. Oh, I suppose that would be better over the top actually, with the stems as they are. There we go, that's that one completed. Well done for getting through. That's quite a section, isn't it? I do hope that you found that helpful. I hope that you're enjoying it and you're feeling confident with that now. If you can give me a like, that'd be really encouraging to me, and please subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more in store. We've still got plenty to go at, and if you can visit sharonbill.com and make use of all the resource available to you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.